shirt.
I gotta get the shirt.
I'm
focusing on the shirt
Whenever he
right
was on
now.
the field, punting was
Yes,
better.
exactly. It was. It really was.
Yes, sir.
We're excited to be back. Fired up. First day of training camp. 31 days to the opener, so we're pretty ready to go. And then we're in the Big Ten on August 2nd, so that's another transition that we're pretty fired up to. My players, we're starting training camp, but they're staying in Woodland Hills. I just wanted to do that just to build some camaraderie, get them to just find ways to eat together and just stay together. And I didn't want them in familiar territory, really. So other than that, we can open up to questions.
Are they staying in a dorm or a hotel?
They're staying in a hotel.
Okay. 5 stars or?
I don't think it's 5.
Okay.
It's not that type of life. No.
How do you feel? We've already talked to you during the spring and when you got hired, but this is your first camp. How do you feel right now, kind of on the precipice of really getting into the season now?
Just ready to go, because it's been a lot of talking, other things other than football. So I'm just fired up to finally be out here to practice, and now we can really start putting our foot forward and get ready for season.
How do you feel like you guys are ready for camp, given how spring went and bringing in all these freshmen and transfers that weren't here in the spring? Do you feel like you're ready for everything?
Yeah, I think spring went really well, and then going into summer workouts, I think they did a really good job. Oh, we had a transition in strength coaches. I brought Corey Miller back. KB went to Dallas Mavericks, and I brought Corey back from Carolina Panthers, but he's on school. And he said that they had an awesome summer, just transitioning into his style from KB's.
Why Corey Miller? What was there just familiarity there?
Familiarity. He's from Spartanburg, South Carolina, so the connection, that's where I used to have training camp when we were there. So me and him have always had a good relationship, basically. So, that was one of the guys I really wanted to bring back, and I was just fired up that he wanted to come back, even though he was at home in Carolina.
So did you just get that T-shirt printed out the last few days, or was that?
Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
This is just a, it was just a shirt. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew where LA was at.
Just to clarify.
And where UCLA is. So that was basically it.
Whose idea was it?
That was mine.
Coach Foss, how does it feel? What's your mindset going to your first training camp as a coach as opposed to a player?
It's just different because I've come to training camp as a recruit. I've come to training camp as a freshman. Then I left as a senior. Come back as an assistant coach. Come back as a position coach, and now I'm the head coach. So it's just it's a weird transition, but I'm excited for it. I'm a Bruin, and that's me, basically. So I'm looking forward to this season, and I think my guys are pretty fired up to be out here.
As far as the healthier roster, anybody limited going into the start of fall?
Berger's limited just because he just got here. Huddy, the guys that got injured in spring, they're out. And other than that, I think we're pretty up to speed.
Anthony Adkins?
Anthony's back, yes.
Okay.
Anthony's
Is there a
back.
timetable?
No, not bad.
Not bad. Is there a timetable for Berger, or just getting him acclimated?
It's more of just getting acclimated and seeing how much his conditioning is.
Gotcha.
He got a couple workouts in with us, but I can't just throw him out.
Are you expecting any other transfers possibly as a late ad?
Potentially.
But you said it's weird sort of to be in this role. Like what are some things that you've learned or discovered about this particular job that you maybe didn't anticipate?
It probably would have been a harder job if I hadn't had any history with UCLA. But just coming in, especially at the transition of it wasn't that bad. But it's just, I missed the coaching aspect. I love the development of running backs and helping my guys, but it's just a different role. So
You said you were going to go on Twitter after Big Ten Media Day. Well, what did you think of what people were saying about we're in LA?
I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to embrace it. It was funny to me. So
Yeah.
It wasn't, all the interviews after that I killed it. So, you guys knew me, so it wasn't, it wasn't that big of a deal.
As far as, obviously the offense got a chance to transition into Eric Bieniemy's system in the spring. as far as those returners, the guys who were here in the spring, what do you hope to see them, I guess, quickly retain the first couple of days?
They did a good job of running a lot of player-led stuff during the summer. So it was just awesome to see Ethan and the quarterbacks really demand and command and get the guys out here and practice still flow like with the coaches with you. So I'm just we actually beefed up the install one from spring. So these guys are hitting and running, and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty fired up.
Was there any of the newcomers who, when you saw in person, you were like, wow, this guy looks like a player? I mean, kind of stood out physically to you?
Quasi, Jameer. So most of my freshmen that came, I was excited. They were able to get at least a step up on the other incoming freshmen. So Quasi, Jameer.
I meant when they came for the guys who just got here.
Oh, the guys that just got here. They're spending most of just waivers.
Okay.
So we're going to be evaluating them now.
Having the guys on together, not quite a 5-star, but what do you hope to gain from that? Just more
It's just more of the camaraderie, just the team building aspect of it. When you're in familiar area, they're going to be in their normal routine. So go back to my dorm room, stay in my room, only socialize with my roommates. I wanted to change that and just get guys to really come together. Training camp is a time for you to come together. It's an NFL model. Let's isolate ourselves and come together and become a team and break out and let the world know.
So is the staff going out to Woodland Hills, or are all the meetings here and then they just go out to the hotel to sleep?
Just to go to sleep. For the meeting to sleep.
Coach Foss, you said in an interview before that you wanted to train their mindset to be a pro level, just like the transfer portal. Is that what you're doing with the training camp situation?
Same thing. Coach Moore used to take us to San Bernardino, so it's the same model. It's just even when I was here as a player, we stayed in Saxon, all the players, So it's the same thing. I just wanted to find a way to put us all in one spot.
Looks like you're staggered. The schedule's kind of staggered. 3 days this week, 4 days next week, and then a day off on Saturday, and then I think 5 days in a row. That's just to kind of build up, ramp up.
Yeah, just to make sure our conditioning is where it needs to be going to. It's hard to. I don't want any soft tissue issues. Injuries. So that's why I'm ratchet.
Kirkwood hosted that event, I believe, over the weekend. You were there for that. What was that like, and to see him kind of take the lead and kind of host that?
It was just awesome just to be at his first annual Devin Kirkwood camp.
Mm-hmm.
You never know how much it means to your players until you show up. And I showed up. He was excited. You know how Kirk, he's fired up, he's loud. It was pretty awesome. He stopped the whole camp, let me talk to him and everything. I didn't even tell him I was coming. So
Okay.
I just showed him.
Cool.
So your introductory answer here, it's so clear how much you love this place. What's the emotion of getting up this morning?
It's crazy because I couldn't really sleep. So I woke up at probably 4:30, left the house at 4:50. Did a 25-minute drive in, hit the stairs, got a quick lift in, and we're here.
So you had trouble sleeping, you're excited?
Yeah, I was just excited. It's just this first day of camp. It's the same feeling like I was playing a little bit, just without the context.
No soft tissue.
Exactly.
How much are you benching these days?
That is I can't throw it out there.
No comment, huh?
Yeah, no comment on that.
I'm going to do 36.
Oh, and then I switched Josh Swift to 36.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be wearing Nick Pasquale's number this season, and that was AJ last year. Alex Johnson last year.
Mm-hmm.
What went into that decision?
Just the way he approaches the game. We want it to be somebody, a potential walk-on that can, actually try to win a scholarship. Just really exudes what being a Bruin is. Discipline, respect, enthusiasm. Swift is just a guy. He's the same guy every day. He's somebody that most of the players respect. They love him, and it's not because he's a great football player. It's because he does things the right way.
Speaking of walk-ons, with the scholarship limits going up to 105, and that's also the roster limit, do you foresee maybe leaving wiggle room for walk-ons? How do you see handling that?
That's something that we gotta really sit down and talk about. Because there's a tradition here.
Yeah.
So we gotta figure out just the dynamics of that. We have all season to do it though, so it is something that's on our mind. We just gotta figure it out.
Is that one of the more like challenging things as a coach? Is like every day, every week, it seems like some new.
Especially at this time in
Yeah.
the game, things are just changing. So I'm just okay because I haven't got stuck with the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a coach that had the old ways, then I'd be. But I'm just going with I'm just going with it, riding the wave.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.